in the bubble. Obviously, all tests have been passed, so that's what I'm most nervous for. I don't know why. I think whenever you get a test, you're a bit nervous for results. But yeah, we're all clear and we're all good, and I'm settled, and I'm just enjoying it.
Hey, give us an insight. What's it like in there? What's the bubble like?
It's like my day-to-day life, really. I could say. No, we got here. We unpacked the van, and then literally, you walk in, tell you debrief everything to you. Then you're straight in for your test, and then I whipped straight to my hotel room, and then that were it all day yesterday. And I just literally had my food in my hotel room, and I just chilled and watched what I wanted.
Obviously, slightly different preparation, how everything is. How are you coping with that? It seems like you're enjoying it and you're just taking it all in.
Yeah, it's this morning we had my first training session. We were just steady cardio, so I went gym for half an hour. We Andrew and Ray. Obviously, you have to book your time slots and stuff. And then I literally just went back to hotel room, got a shower and that, freshened up for you guys. I washed my hair for y'all.
Have you had a chance to have a look at fight camp in the flesh and see what it's like?
No, I believe we only get to see that on Friday when we actually go to the venue to fight.
Did you watch it at the weekend to see what it was like?
Yeah, it was amazing, really. Give me goosebumps in it, and I was just thinking, this is me next week.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay. David Anderson from the Mirror. Do you want to come up next, mate?
Hi, Terry. You okay?
Hi, thank you.
Terry, I'm just thinking, here you are, just your 10th pro fight, defending your WBC title in an historic fight against Jonas, the first all-British female world title fight. Do you have to pinch yourself? Like, I know it's no cliche, but you know how far you've come since working in the chip shop in Danby. Here you are now, you know, making history in only your 10th pro fight.
Yeah, crazy. Never in a million years would think we'd be in this position, and the fact that we're here so soon as well. Like you said, it wasn't that long ago working in the chip shop, but I'm just loving it, and I'm just rolling with it, and I'm just enjoying every moment, really, and just soaking everything in.
Yeah. Do you look at things like the fact that Jonas' only defeat was to Vivian Obanoff, you know, who you have beaten? Really, does that sort of show you that you're a grade above Jonas?
Not really. We haven't really read too much into that. Obviously, people have the off nights, don't they? And I believe that was one of Natasha's off nights. So we prepared for the best version of Natasha. Obviously, Joe had said a few things like she's gone back. She's like the old amateur Tasha. So we've just prepared for everything that she could possibly fetch on the night.
I was just thinking, like, obviously, Tasha came to prominence during the 2012 Olympics. We all remember that. That was a great occasion when she was there. But I'm just thinking, you were only 15 then. Do you remember watching like the Katie Taylor fights? Of what was that like?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm only 15, but I can't really remember watching the fight live. I don't know what I was doing, but I have watched it numerous times on YouTube after, and I just think, wow, that was really amazing. Special moment for women's boxing.
Yeah, because that must have made a big impact. Of course, Nick Adams, you know, winning gold and stuff. You know, did you feel that was a big moment? Like, I know, were you just about to quit at that point? I mean, was it 16 you dropped out of boxing the first time, Terry? Or?
Yeah, just turned 16. That's when I dropped out. That's the stupid reasons. When you're young, you think you know best. But like I said, now that for me, what probably the best thing that I could have done, really, and it made me realise how much I do love the sport. And now I'm back here. I love every minute, and I'm dedicated 110% to the sport.
Great, Terry. Thank you very much. Good luck Friday.
Okay. Ron Lewis, do you want to jump in, mate?
Hi, Terry. Hope you're well. Obviously, Tasha, through the experience of 2012, has had big fights before. Your big world title win, you weren't top of the bill. This time you are. Are you somebody who gets nervous? And have you been dealing with these sort of pressure on you?
Do you know what? When I was amateur, I was terrible with my nerves. I think that's the one thing that probably brought to my disadvantage with my nerves. But since I've come back as pro, I've kind of learned how to deal with them, and the fact that I just enjoy these moments now. Obviously, you're nervous, not human if you're not nervous. But for me, there's pressure, but nothing compared to when I went out and fought either in front of 6,000 people at Sheffield Arena. I had my own crowd. I knew people invested a lot in me for this WBC World Title, and I had a lot of pressure on me that night to win, and I stepped up to the occasion, and I came out as the new.
Is this the first time? You boxed in Manchester once, didn't you? But when was the last time you actually woke up on fight morning not at home? Because last time in Sheffield, I imagine you'd have just driven from home to the fight. Because you got 4 nights in a hotel thinking about it and surrounded by boxers here. That's something new to you?
So the time before Manchester would have been Nottingham when I boxed on the Next Gen card. Obviously, I want a matchroom fighter then. But yeah, I really enjoy this coming away from home, and especially this time, I've enjoyed the total isolation in my room, and this week now I get to fully concentrate on the fight. I've got no distractions, and I miss Jenna, but I haven't got Jenna outside of me distracting me from the fight, if you know what I mean. It's just me, Andrew and Ray, just the 3 of us, and that's all we need, and we're just focused fully on the fight.
Who's doing the cooking, or are you getting stuck into the buffet or whatever there is?
No, I'm doing my own cooking. I made my salmon last night, and I was getting scared that I was going to set some fire alarms off, but luckily all's good. I just brought an induction oven, George Foreman grill, so just until I weigh in, and then I'm going to order a nice Nando's into the room.
Excellent. Just Terri.
Okay, next up we've got Press Association, Sean Taylor.
Hi Terri.
Yeah.
Hi. I just wondered, how is this fight different from the last 2, especially the previous one? Because it looked like, were you more on the front foot in this fight, right? It looked like you were looking for her to come forward when you won the title and maybe looking to pick her off and let her make the mistake. Were you more on the front foot on Friday night?
So I want to make it my fight. I want to fight at my pace. Tasha's never done 10 rounds, so I want to see how she does at an high pace. Watching a few of Tasha's fights, you can see that she kind of gets into plodding and a lot more slow pace than what I'm used to. So yeah, I do want to put pressure on her, and we'll just see how it works out.
Do you think she's got more to prove than you at this level?
I believe so. Every time I've been put in there with a tougher opponent or something on a big occasion, I've always stepped up to the occasion. Whereas Tash, she hasn't really proven herself as a professional. She's the one that's come from the amateurs, the elite amateurs, the Olympics. She should be the one that's in my position now as a champion, but she's not. So me personally, she's 36 years old. I personally think this is her last opportunity.
Thanks, Terri. That's all for me. Good luck on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Jake on the call, Jake Donovan. Okay, we'll move on to the next one then. If you go to ready when you are, Dan.
Sorry, mate. Wi-Fi cut out, so I didn't realise it was me next. How you doing, Terri?
I'm good, thank you.
Someone's already mentioned, of course, it's the first British all-female world title fight, which is a big thing in itself. I think it's also the first time an openly gay female fighter has headlined anywhere in the world, not just in the UK. Female specifically, I know Orlando Cruz has done it for the men. How much do you let yourself think about that stuff, regardless of the fight and the threat Tasha poses, the kind of greater context of it all?
So for me, I just focus on the fight. I know boundaries are being broken, and I've broken a lot of boundaries and made some history in the last fights. But yeah, all I focus on is the job ahead.
And I spoke to Tasha last week, and she was saying the only thing she was worried about in terms of matching you was the fitness aspect, and she's got herself into the shape of her life. Do you feel sometimes your boxing skills are undervalued because people do focus a lot on your fitness and your work rate?
I don't know why people always go on about my fitness, because I haven't really gone through the gears yet. Nothing compared to what I've shown in the gym. But obviously, I know sparring and the fight is completely different. But I still haven't shown everyone everything, and there's a lot of layers to me. And I just think me fighting Tasha, a good opponent, it's only going to fetch the best out of me. And I'm excited for the opportunity to show everyone what else I can do.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Andy, for Boxing Social, do you want to jump in, mate?
Hi Terry, how you doing?
Hiya.
I'm just going to start it like a normal interview. It'll only be a couple of minutes as well. Right. This is Andy Purwell for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by WBC World Champion Terri Harper over Zoom. Terry, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Obviously, very different circumstances this time around to what you're used to. How have you found kind of your first couple of days in the bubble, though?
Found it good, settled in straight away. Obviously, we came yesterday, got here just gone one, straight in for the test, straight into your room, and that hit me for that day. Similar to what I do at home, just chilling in front of the TV, planning my meals for the day, and that's it really. I've just enjoyed my own company.
Obviously, being stuck in the room as well for the last day or so, was there nerves about your test results?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think obviously when you do have a test, you get nervous with the results. But obviously, because of the reason, if you test positive, that's it, you're straight home, dream's over. But everything's come back clear, thank God, and we're just waiting for Tasha's results, and then we've got a fight.
Obviously, just moving on to the fight itself, and obviously your bout with Tasha. Talk to me about preparations, Terry. How have you found kind of training over lockdown in particular?
I've enjoyed it. So obviously I was gutted when the fight got cancelled about 4 weeks into camp. But then I told Andrew I'll not let all that go to waste. And I kind of used training as a way for me to stay in a routine. Luckily enough, we just got an house that had a garage, so I kind of set that into my own gym. And yeah, I just stayed busy. Like I said, it kept me in a routine, and it put me in a very good position for when things started to get lifted and relaxed, and we got the fight date. Just come straight back into the gym, and I know it's cliche and everyone says it, but I am definitely in the best shape of my life, and I've really trained hard for this opportunity.
Who do you feel there's more pressure going into the fight, Terry? Obviously, yourself, who's seen as kind of a leading light and potential to kind of enhance women's boxing further, or Tasha, who's coming towards the end of her career now. This may well be her only chance to fight for a world title. Who do you see there being more pressure on?
Well, I'm in a position that I never thought in a million years that I would be in. I came away from the sport, obviously at 16, and like I said, I never thought I'd be here. Whereas Tash, she's come from the elite amateurs, she's come from the Olympics, she's turned over in hopes to become a world champion, and here I am. I believe Tasha should be the one that's in my position as a champion, but for me, I personally believe Tasha's last opportunity to prove herself, and the pressure's on her. It's got to be. I'm just loving every minute and loving every opportunity that I'm getting.
Just a couple more quick ones, Terry. Obviously, I imagine you've played the fight out many times in your own mind, but how do you expect it to go when yourself and Tasha are in the ring on Friday night?
Well, I believe I'm going to have a hard few rounds. And with Tash, she's going to be on really. But then I believe my fitness, I've proved I can do 10 rounds. I'm just gonna break it down slowly but surely.
Obviously, I know they've got a large fan base, and you're going to be gutted that they can't be in attendance on Friday. But how do you feel you will cope boxing behind closed doors and without your fans there?
I've just got more chance to. It gives me the opportunity to concentrate more. Obviously, when you're walking out in front of all them people, you kind of have your blinkers on anyway, and you're just focused on the job ahead in the ring. And there's one voice I listen to, and that's Andrew. And on Friday night, I'm going to be able to hear his voice a lot more clearly.
Terry, appreciate your time. Best of luck with the rest of the preparations. Obviously, fight night.
Okay, Fuad, behind the gloves, mate. Got time for about 2 or 3 moving forward. We've just got to fly through this a bit now. Cheers, guys.
All right, Terry.
Hiya.
How are you doing? Don't even get into that. Let's go into it. Obviously, this fight against Natasha is huge in many circumstances. When lockdown did happen and this fight was called off, was there any thought of when Eddie announced these shows behind in his garden? Was there any thought of taking maybe a fight where it's not as big as this one is, then you could wait off and take Natasha into the arenas when that does come back? Or was it always just, I said, this is the fight I want?
Always Tash, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm probably lucky that we've got Tash, really. Two British females. No one's obviously flying from a foreign country or anything like that. They've not stuck with that, so it's probably good that this fight is meant to be. But yeah, it's obviously I knew during lockdown this fight was always going to happen. Didn't know exactly when, so I just stayed ready like I was told to do.
You spoke about like not going through your gears fully in other fights. You know, you can sort of take it down and control the fight at some level. Do you feel like in this fight you might have to push up a few gears, not just because of styles and how good Tasha is, but more so, would you think your nerves will play up to the big occasion where you might have to push yourself to through a few more gears?
I just want to. So I'm going to go out and box Tash. I'm not going to do anything daft, but I do want to have the opportunity to show everyone what else I can do. Here I am headlining on one of the biggest stages. All eyes are on us that night. So yeah, it's time for me to showcase my talent, and it's the perfect opponent, perfect opportunity for me to go to the next level. You've
got a common opponent in Vivian Obanov, which she obviously lost to, and you beat her. Have you watched that fight back, and how much have you been studying in that sense of that fight?
Not really. We haven't really gone off the Vivian defeat. Everyone has an off night, and that was Tasha's off night. So we've been watching a lot of the Tasha's best performances, really, because we're playing for the best Tash. But yeah.
One more. You're 23. You're 10-0. You're having this huge fight, and you're pretty much on top of the world at the moment, literally with your titles. Where do you see your career going? Where do you think is going to be the max? Or is it just let's ride the wave and just do as much as we can? Because at 23 to be at this point, you've obviously got a lot more to come. But does that ever sort of come into your mind? Like, how far can I go? How long will I be in this sport for?
Yeah, no, I kind of just rolling with it, and then just enjoying every opportunity that's given to me. But obviously, I want to fight other champions at this weight, and then definitely look at moving up weight. But yeah, that's not up to me. I just box who I'm told to box, and I'm just enjoying the journey.
Awesome. All the best, Terri.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we've got time for 2 more each. So I've got Boxing News TV next.
Terri, how are you doing? Could this be a bittersweet victory in a sense that there is a notion that this is the last chance saloon for Natasha Jonas, whether that's just something to G her up or there's more substance to it? You could be the one to retire Natasha Jonas. Someone you had, go back to that picture you had with her back in the day, you looked up to her. Would it be a bittersweet moment getting that victory and potentially retiring her?
It's part of the process. It's cruel sport boxing sometimes when you think about it, but I know for a fact when I get to Tasha's age, I'm going to have the younger girls coming for me and probably retiring me. But yeah, that's the way it goes, and there's no hard feelings. It's just the way it is.
You'll have been asked this question a lot in some form, but do you think, your headline in this one, we have a fantastic fight in Taylor and Pursoon, 2 Shannon Courtney, Rachel Ball. Women's boxing, is it going in the right direction now?
Yeah, clearly. DAZN and Sky Sports are doing massive things for female boxing, having these top female bouts on nearly all the cards. Like I said, they're making more signings, females, and it's definitely heading in the right direction.
Last question, speaking of stepping forwards, world champion, LGBT plus member, pioneer, if you don't mind me saying. You're super down to earth, though. Do you see yourself as that role model to the younger generation?
Yeah and no. At first I didn't. But like the more like fan mail and inboxes I get, the more I do realise like what I'm doing is good, and like inspiring people to be who they are and be true to themselves. So if I've always said it, if I can just help one person, then that's my job done, really.
Sorry, you just said there you got some fan mail. Could you go into that? What you've been getting?
Not really, in fact, like just DMs and stuff like that. And then I've had stuff from I think New Zealand sent over, just stuff like that. So people all around the world, really.
All the best for Friday.
Sorry guys, we're gonna have to conclude there because we've got a JD Sports live stream coming in, but you're free to use the whole call there, but there's no embargo on it. and I'm recording this end. So for anyone that didn't get an opportunity to ask a question, apologies there. We've just got a sponsor request to fill here, so I'll send that recording to you. Thanks for your time, Terri. We'll get you Scott over there.
Yeah. Oh, I got sweaty balloons.
All right. It's fine.
Sorry, you're doing live.
Once again, sorry for anyone who didn't get to ask a question there, but like I say, you are welcome to use anything you want from that recording there. There's no embargo, as we're only a couple of nights out. Next up, we've got Chris Bilham Smith, who's obviously defending his Commonwealth title against Nathan Fawley. He should be with us in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So you're welcome to stay on the call, or you can